The Senate will come to order. The Senator from James City County, Senator Norman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Once again, I would move that the rules of the Senate be suspended and that the privileges of the floor be extended to some very distinguished and family members.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the rules be suspended and the privileges of the floor granted to distinguished persons? All in favor of the motion will record their votes aye. Those opposed, no. The senator is ready to vote. Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their votes? The clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 40, no 0.
Ayes 40, no 0. The rules are suspended. The privileges of the floor are granted. The senator from Prince William County, Senator McPike.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, I am pleased and proud to introduce 8 distinguished guests that have joined us here today to accept Senate Joint Resolution 338, a resolution in memory of the Honorable Charles J. Colgan. We have Mike Colgan here today, Mary Colgan Finnegan, Tim Colgan and his granddaughter Lindsay Colgan, Pat and Dee Dee Colgan, Dot Colgan, chaplain, and Bob Colgan, which is Senator Colgan's brother. Mr. President, I'd ask that the body join me after the reading of the resolution by our Senate clerk.
Thank you, Senator. Madam Clerk.
Senate Joint Resolution number 338, celebrating the life of the Honorable Charles J. Colgan. Whereas the Honorable Charles J. Colgan, a champion for higher education and a consummate public servant who represented the residents of the 29th District for 4 decades and retired as the longest-serving senator in Virginia history, died on January 3, 2017, and whereas Charles Chuck Colgan learned the value of hard work and responsibility as a young man growing up on his grandparents' farm in Maryland, after completing high school, he enlisted in the United States Army Air Corps Reserve and was called into active service along with many of the other young men of his generation during World War II. And whereas after 2 years in the Army Air Corps and 3 years in the Air Force Reserve, Chuck Colgan pursued his passion for aviation as a commercial pilot and a licensed airframe and power plant mechanic. And whereas after relocating to Prince William County, Chuck Colgan formed Colgan Airways Incorporated, which operated one of the largest flight schools in the country, and Colgan Air Incorporated, a regional airline that served 53 cities in 16 states. And whereas Chuck Colgan began his career in public service in 1972 as the Gainesville District Representative on the Prince William County Board of Supervisors, and he served as chair of the board for 1 year. And whereas desirous to be of further service to the Commonwealth, Chuck Colgan ran for and was elected to the Senate of Virginia in 1975. He was reelected for 9 additional consecutive terms, ably representing the residents of Prince William County in the cities of Manassas and Manassas Park until his well-earned retirement in 2016. And whereas throughout his 40-year career as a senator, Chuck Colgan introduced 560 bills and 120 joint resolutions, taking a special interest in higher education, he helped Virginia enhance its world-class public universities, thereby strengthening the future of the Commonwealth. And whereas Chuck Colgan proudly served as President pro tempore of the Senate in 2014 and as chair of the Senate Committee on Finance, he helped to secure funding for State Route 234 bypass, the Prince William campus of George Mason University, and enhancements to the Woodbridge and Manassas campuses of Northern Virginia Community College. And whereas Chuck Colgan earned many awards and accolades for his good work, including the Vision Award from Leadership Prince William and the Virginia Senator of the Year Award from the Virginia Transit Association, he was inducted into the Virginia Aviation Hall of Fame, and a high school in Prince William County and a building on the George Mason University Science and Technology campus are named in his honor. And whereas a man of great integrity, Chuck Colgan fostered bipartisan respect and cooperation for the benefit of all Virginians, and he served the Prince William County and Manassas communities and the Commonwealth with the utmost dedication and distinction. And whereas Chuck Colgan enjoyed fellowship and worship with the Manassas community as a parishioner of All Saints Catholic Church, where he served as an usher for more than 50 years, And whereas predeceased by his wife of 52 years, Agnes, Chuck Colgan will be fondly remembered and greatly missed by his children, Charles, Ruth, Michael, Raymond, Mary, Dot, Patrick, and Tim, his 24 grandchildren and 22 great-grandchildren, with 2 more on the way, and numerous other family members, friends, and colleagues on both sides of the aisle. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate, the House of Delegates concurring, that the General Assembly hereby note with great sadness the loss of Charles J. Colgan, a true statesman who dedicated a lifetime of service to the Commonwealth, and be it resolved further that the Clerk of the Senate prepare a copy of this resolution for presentation to the family of Charles J. Colgan as an expression of the General Assembly's respect for his memory.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. As the Colgan family is escorted to the dais, please join me in offering them the warm welcome of the Senate.
Thank you for being such a good friend to Dad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dad was very fond of you.
Well, I was of him as well. Well, thank you all for sharing some time with us this morning. And we're all, on behalf of the Senate, sorry for the loss of Senator Colgan. And I can just tell you that he was a friend and a mentor to all of us in here. We had just a tremendous amount of respect for him. And I think the most important thing is that he was always a gentleman. He was a statesman, and he just touched so many lives, not only here in Virginia, but in this country. So we are so sorry for your loss. We certainly wish that your fond memories of Senator Colgan help you through these difficult times. And again, we appreciate you spending some time with us this morning. It means a lot to his fellow senators to have you here in his honor and in his memory. So thank you all very much. I would ask the members of the Senate to please join me in offering the Colgan family the